Each year, the Edmonton Valley Zoo brings in an external expert to provide an independent evaluation of Lucy. This is a requirement, specifically with our accrediting organization, Canada's Accredited Zoos and Aquariums, due to Lucy's unique situation as a lone elephant here. This year, thanks to the generous support of Free the Wild and their supporters, we've been able to bring in experts, 4 unique experts from all over the world, with a goal of really obtaining new insights into her medical condition and understand perhaps how we might provide her with the very best care possible.
As part of the panel, we have 3 veterinary elephant specialists. We have Frank Goritz from Germany and his partner, Professor Thomas Hildebrand. And then we have Dr. Patricia London, who is based out of Nepal. And then alongside them, we have a husbandry expert called Ingo Schmidinger. And together they form essentially the panel of experts that we have here today.
We are here to figure out the best options from our point of view, what could be achieved for Lucy's future, for her health, including her well-being, also including her mental well-being, all together to find the best possible way of caring for her, providing her the best possible care. Every place is different. Every place is dealing or managing their elephants, in this case with Lucy, a bit different. So it's all interesting. It's always a good start to come here, to have a look, to try to get an overview, at least for the last couple of days, as good as possible, to see what's happening actually. The difference is, of course, given by certain differences in infrastructure, management, husbandry styles.
I mean, I always approach any new elephant by giving them space, coming into their space and allowing them to check me out in however way that is, and then, just respecting them. And I think they respond so well to respect for their power, their magnificence, their amazingness. And I think Lucy, she accepted us into her family very quickly. I almost felt like she was like, oh, there you are.
The experts did a number of tests with Lucy that had not been done before. In addition to the usual exam, review of her diet, talking with the keepers, watching her daily interactions and her routine, they also did some ultrasound exams. So starting with the head, they ultrasounded her jaw, they ultrasounded her chest for her heart, her liver, her abdomen, and they also did what's called a transrectal ultrasound exam to look at her reproductive tract and at her urinary bladder. They did some blood gas analyses on her, and they did some thermography, which is looking at an elephant with a special camera that looks at variations in temperature, very subtle variations in temperature of the skin, which might reveal underlying problems.
It was a pleasure to witness a very dedicated elephant team and elephant management here, and we are really happy and thankful for sharing very openly all the results from the past. And it was very obvious, it was described before many times, that she has problems to breathe well. And what we were trying with these blood tests to quantify how much is she suffering, how much she hypooxygenated when she is moving, and we got really clear results. The other goal was to apply ultrasonography to see whether her reproductive tract is healthy or not. And we came up with a clear diagnosis that she had a big tumor, which is very common in elephants which never had a baby before, and we expected this.
These leiomyomas, or in women are called fibromas, are benign tumors, but they can reach sizes up to 60 kilograms. They can cause torsion of the uterus. They can be deadly when they are advanced. And right now we calculated the weight of Lucy's tumorized uterus with about 80 kilograms. And that is very unusual and causes a lot of additional problems to the breathing problems. It contributes to the health of the feet, which are not ideal in her because she has an abscess in her right front foot. So I think dealing with this issue and finding effective treatment, which we know is existing, might improve her life quite substantially.
The first and most important thing is treat her with vaccines to stop the tumor growth of the uterus. This is a very important thing because these tumors They are so big, they are causing abdominal pain. This is absolutely mandatory and very important. Secondly, it's also not new. She is obese, she is overweight, so it has to be applied a very strict diet that she is losing weight, because weight is also contributing to these food problems and to the general health problems. And a very severe problem, which I personally, to be honest, I underestimated before from the reports, is the breathing problem. We are not very happy that we couldn't figure out the real reason behind it. I mean, we could assemble all the information to her actual status right now. We decided together with the team here not to performing any sedation. And to be honest, I did more than 1,000 elephant anesthesia sedations, and it's the first time I really refused to do so, because we would really harm her life performing this.
We worked with hundreds of wild elephants, and if you immobilize a wild elephant for doing diagnostic measures, then you always have to take care that the trunk is free, is elongated, and the opening of the trunk is actually open. Otherwise an elephant would die from not breathing. So the elephant can only breathe through the trunk, which makes a lot of sense because they use it the elephants are formerly aquatic animals and use the trunk as a snorkel. So that is their method to breathe. And therefore also the lungs are attached to the thorax. There's no pleural space in elephants. So there's a very specific breathing technique evolved over millions of years in elephants. And Lucy had the choice to die because there was a blockage in her trunk which didn't provide her with enough oxygen anymore, or to start learning a new technique, breathing through the mouth, and using a very specific style which actually inflates a little bit the cheeks. So she has quite pronounced cheeks, and that we never have seen before.
During this panel presentation, we had finally then the possibility to sit together, people from Free the Wild, as well as with all the responsible people for Lucy and the zoo administrative departmental staff, to discuss and to see and to listen, to hear about the findings, and to see where we can set a basis to find the best possible way of caring for her.
I've traveled the world and I've been to many zoos and sanctuaries and circuses across the globe. And I am very pleased to say that what I've seen here in terms of commitment from the zoo staff is extraordinary. It's definitely a very, very good baseline from which any zoo should look to look after their animals.
We are really interested in what are the progress after our advice, and we hope in a half a year time, when we get in contact again, we will already hear that Lucy is doing better and Lucy can live another 5 to 10 years.
It's really great to have outside experts come in, assess Lucy, and it's going to be putting all those pieces together so that we can keep improving Lucy's life.